Hey everyone, it's been a little bit, but yeah, spring has arisen here in Vermont. As you can see, there's no more snow on the ground. We started some of our springtime activities. I spent the evening today after work splitting up some wood. This wood was sitting out here for a year or so, so a lot of it's kind of punky and not very good, but you know what? It'll still burn. We utilized a good amount of wood this year. We actually had plenty for what we needed, and we still have a few IBC totes left over. I think 3, so we got about a cord extra from what we were, you know, stacking up last year. So that's great. We're finally ahead. So that cord that was sitting from last year will stack into the woodshed. There's about a face cord over there still, so a half a cord left in the woodshed. So we'll have about a cord and a half of totally dry wood. I'll probably buy a cord this year just to supplement that really dry stuff. But this will be burning not next winter, but the winter after that. And then I plan to cut up all of that to add to the pile. I don't know if you can make it out very well, but way down there is a bunch of log length trees that I get those from. And I'll just be continuing to work through those. You can see the gardens are not set yet. None of this stuff is really ready for the year yet. It's only April, so it's way too early to plant outside. Probably plant some potatoes, maybe some peas and carrots pretty soon, another couple weeks. But it's still been getting down in the 20s at night, so a little too early for anything outside. But the sunsets have been great. We've had a couple days of really nice weather. It was 70 degrees today, which is just awesome. I'm hoping that we don't need to use the snowblower anytime soon. The pig area is just about ready for the pigs. They should be here in about 2 weeks. We brought some soil in there to kind of fill in where the other pigs made a mess. And the wife came up with an ingenious idea to keep the pigs from digging at the sides of the walls here, because they did a pretty good job last year doing that. I don't know if you can make that out, but we put some wood along the bottom, and then the pigs last year dug up a whole bunch of rocks for us in the back. So we just took those rocks and brought them in and made basically a little rock wall on the inside here. We're going to do the same thing along the back on the outside to just kind of, once again, stop them from digging under there, because they do try to undermine the shed. But outside of that, everything's pretty much ready. I just have to tighten up all the electric wire back there and put up the temporary fence for the piglets, because of course we'll have a fence here, and there will be a small fence in the back that we'll train them to the electric wire with. So they'll have all this area where it's completely safe. There's no electric wire. This will be their pen for the year, just like last year. But in the back, we'll set up a small area, a little pen that has some electric wire to train them to it, and then we'll open that up and we'll let them range in the back. The chickens have been doing great. We haven't had any problems with the chickens. They all made it through the winter happily. No frostbite, no nothing. It got really cold many days this winter. We got to -20 several times, but they're all doing great. You can see some in there in the mirror or in the window. Yeah, I guess we can probably wash the window someday maybe. But yeah, I don't know if you can make any more out, but they're all in there. You can see my Celtics sweater on. It's playoff basketball time. We have some that sleep in here sometimes. I don't know if there's any in here right now. Actually, doesn't look like there is. So maybe they've all decided to start sleeping in the other coop. For a while, they were sleeping in here too. So we're gonna move this in a few days over near the pond, because I'll show you in a few minutes, but we have some goslings that we hatched, and we're gonna make this into a goose house. So yeah, so right now we have stuff spewing around, like some fencing and stuff, just because we're working on cleaning up here, spring cleaning. This is the fence that will, in the long run, be back in front of the run-in shed there where the pigs will stay. But yeah, so like I said, spring has definitely come about. We've got some green. The grass is showing as green again, which just started happening this week. Pretty amazing. We've been letting the chickens free range, so the fence is down right now on the back side and on this side. But let's go take a look at these little goslings. You can see this is where we had wood delivered last year when I had a cord delivered. This is all like the scrap that they leave, after you stack your wood. So we'll do that again. We'll have the wood delivered here, and then I'll stack it. Before I show you the goslings in there, this is what's left. That is about an 8-foot tall stack. And we've got 2 small rows here. So, we might have a 3/4 of a cord in here or so. So yeah, we did end up with a good amount of wood left over. So we really did a good job last year at stacking up in the fall. That's really nice. We got some new pallets here that we're gonna use to redo the floor. You can see some of these old pallets are rotting out. So we'll pull those out, burn them, and replace them with some fresh ones. I grab my thermometer here. This is to check the temperature of the goose enclosure. So we got the geese in here. They're chilling. There they are, 4 little guys. Well, 2 little guys and 2 little girls. These are pilgrim geese that we hatched from eggs. So we do know the genders because they are color dependent on their gender. The darker 2, which are closest to the bottom of the camera here, should be that one and that one. Those are girls and the lighter ones are boys. They are very healthy, a little over a week old. They've already like tripled, maybe quadrupled in size since they hatched. We're very pleased. They have drank all their water though, so I got to refill that water. They're still on a little bit of chick feed, and then we give them this bowl here with some water and grass, and it allows them to eat some grass because geese absolutely destroy grass. They love it. They're like little bird versions of cows. All they want to do is eat grass. How you guys doing? You comfy down there? Yeah, all right. I'll get you some more water in a minute. But yeah, so what we do is we take the little laser gun, shoot it under there, and it tells us how warm it is. You can see it's 87, 88, yeah, 87, 88 degrees under there. That's plenty warm enough for what they need. There's 90. So they'll kind of move toward the light as it gets colder and away from the light as it gets warmer. And it's been warm today, so like I said, in the 70s, so they're all over here far away from the light to keep cool. But they are all doing outstanding. They're looking great. We're very happy that they all hatched. We have this here to keep the chickens out because the chickens like to come in, and we feel like it's really nice to give them some fresh air. So we prop this door open. You can see I do have to fix this door. The last time we had geese, we would leave them in here and leaving this door open, the support beam popped out. So we'll get that fixed. Oh, hey, bud, what are you doing? And here's Zed coming to check out what's going on. Well, just wanted to kind of give a little update, show you what we had going on. Like I said, things are kind of coming together for the spring. We've got pigs coming in a couple weeks. We've got baby goslings. Chickens are all doing great. I don't think we're going to add to the egg flock this year. We got 26 and they're doing all well, so we don't need to up that number. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great evening. We'll check back in sometime in a few weeks to show you how things are coming along, especially when we get the pigs, and we'll give you some updates on the little goslings. Hope everyone has a good day. See ya.